So today is December 10th, 2018 and it's 10:37. I just did a quick little video for my fitness channel, and there's something I haven't been recording and editing for both of my channel for quite some time. I have more videos for my fitness channel than my family channel because we haven't been going out. Oh, I went out on Friday. The kids had half a day. We went to New York. Ended up, what did I do? Pick the kids up, then around 4 o'clock took the train to New York, met my husband at his office, and I bought some sandwiches before I got on the train for all of us, so we could eat at my husband's office. So that became our small little dinner, and then we walk around Manhattan, look at some lights, and let the kids see the tree. And then we went and sit around Times Square for a little while. People were doing some street performers and stuff like that, but it was damn cold. I was freezing. Not that free. My hand was, because I didn't bring my glove. But I did dress warm. My kids were dressed warm. My oldest just wanted to lay in every places that he goes, so I had, really bundled them up very well, so they were okay. So yeah, that's what I did on Friday. I will show you guys that video whenever I get to it. But the reason I'm making this video is my youngest, something happened to him last week. This is the reason why I took them out of the old school, both of them, and put them where they are now. Some of you may have seen videos of schools calling cops on little kids in elementary school grade level, calling cops on 10-year-old, and you see them putting handcuffs. I don't know if they're true, but I see them online and things like that. And then you've seen teachers hitting kids and stuff like that. I'm not talking about high school level, but more at where my kids age now. So my youngest did something. Anybody could. They are kids. I know they are kids. They will do things when adults are not watching, right? And he went to the restroom, so he was throwing papers, I guess wetted and then just throwing them up, right? So they caught him. So when they caught him, the school called me. By the time I got to the phone, I think my phone went on voicemail, so I listened to it. Once I saw it was the school, I quickly listened to the voicemail, and then that's when they told me what was going on. And by the way, I tried to call them back. While I was trying to call them back, they called me right back again. So when I pick up, they told me everything in detail. So the thing was that they wanted to ask me permission if they should punish him. Punish him in sense, not hitting him, punish him in terms of, you make the mess, you clean it. It's in the bathroom. I'm sure they will provide stuff for him to clean it and stuff like that, but to make him clean his mess. So when they told me, and when they asked me that, I said, sure, do what you see fit, and I will talk to him when he gets home. So, and then when I told them yes, they could do it, but the teacher said, unfortunately, the cleaning person, the custodian, already cleaned the mess, but they're gonna make him do something else. I said, it's fine, right? So, and when I got that kind of message, I thought that was really good. Really, that's a perfect way to discipline kids. Especially kids know when they're not around their parents, they'll do crazy stuff, right? So they need to be afraid of someone outside the home. Not afraid where they can't even move, they can't really be themselves or anything like that. Knowing that if they do something bad, there's consequences. That's the main thing. And the reason I did, but you know why I took them out of the other school. My oldest, I've seen, there's a kid, he used to, they were in pre-K together, and I believe in first grade, kindergarten. My oldest, I took him after kindergarten at that school he was, but he did first grade at the new school, right? So there's a kid that was in his class from pre-K up to kindergarten, and that kid was horrible. I even put at one point I put my son in track and field, so he used to get out at this regular time where I could put him in other programs. So I had put him in track and field. That kid was in that freaking track and field. At one point, my son loves to run, so they were racing, and my son always beat him. And at one point, when you know he was bothering my son so much, and they were racing, and he pulled my son, and the coach was not saying anything, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind. If they don't do something, I'm probably gonna go to jail, seeing how that kid is behaving, not just with my son, but around other kids, and nobody's telling him anything. So eventually what I did is just took my son out. Otherwise I'll be in trouble, because I cannot stand it. And that same kid was in the same school as my son, and apparently they put him in the same class throughout when he was at that other school. So I was more than happy to take him out. I just could not wait to take him out, because I was like, if every year he's in the same class, God damn, by the time he gets to 5th grade, he's going to be in the same class, and my son is not going to be learning anything if this kid is in the classroom. He was very disturbing and stuff like that. So eventually I took him out. He started 1st grade at the new school, and I cannot complain at all with that school. I mean, there's little things you could do different, but overall it's a very good school. So now my youngest actually started at kindergarten at that new school. As soon as he finished pre-K, because that school did not have pre-K, the school that they are in now doesn't have pre-K. They start at kindergarten up to 12. That's the plan. They don't have 12 yet, but every year they adding a new grade. So my oldest is in that top first class. So when he graduates, hopefully he doesn't get left back at any point. He'll be the first group that will be graduate with the school. So, and the reason my youngest is able to start at kindergarten at that new school, my son was already in there. So they have that sibling preference kind of thing. So as soon as he was ready, no matter what, if there's a waiting list, my son will be in no matter what, because his older brother was there. So I was very happy about that. So he started at kindergarten. So that's the background of that. When my youngest was at his last pre-K 4, I believe, for four-year-old, there was that little girl in his classroom. That little girl was a mess. A mess where there's no discipline. She's at home, they're probably doing things in front of her that she should not be looking, because the reason I'm saying that, I see with my 2 eyes what he was doing in front of a little boy. And at one point when I went to drop my youngest to his class, I saw the school school administrator came in the classroom, like with the kid's parent, that little girl's parent, could have been mom or grandma or whatever. They disciplining the teacher of what the little girl was doing. I was like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. The teacher was very nice. My oldest had her when he was in 4-year-old at pre-K 4, and my youngest had her. I actually asked the pre-K 3 when he was in 3rd, when he was 3-year-old at his pre-K. I asked, they were asking, you know, when they were trying to decide where they want to put them, because they have a Spanish class, like dual language class, and just regular class. I knew I was gonna take my son out. I didn't want to put him in the dual dual language class to take away from a spot that a parent will prefer, because I knew in the long run I'm gonna take my son out and there's a waiting list for that dual language kind of system. So I didn't sign him for the dual language, and I said just put him in that with that teacher. So that teacher doesn't do that dual language class. So I made it easy for the school, right? So I didn't want to take a spot, even though I would like for him to learn Spanish. He's learning Spanish right now anyway. But back then, I knew in the long run, he's gonna be out. So the spot that he will be taking, I didn't want to take it from someone else who's probably gonna be there until the kid graduates. So I didn't bother. So I asked to put him with that teacher. She's a very nice teacher. If you ask for additional work, she'll do give it to you and stuff like that to do with the kid. And the thing is that the school does not, that public school does not allow to do extra. I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't understand. That's what really got me with that school. There's some kids who are more advanced than others, and there's some who are at the levels that they're supposed to be. So the school creates some sort of a curriculum, but I'm a stay-at-home mom. I work with my kids and stuff like that. So by the time they get to school, there's some stuff they already know. So some of the things that they were teaching in school, my sons already knew. You could look at some old videos. I'm at the library with my son, you know, making him write. He's holding the pencil and stuff like that. I was doing all of that with him already. You know what I want you to do? When you're doing this stuff, I want you to take it easy, okay? You wanted to have the picnic. Did you enjoy the picnic? Say yes.
Yes.
All right.
Then no. I don't know how to make the turtle.
Look at me. Look at me. I don't like the way you're talking to me. Understand?
Yes.
So take it easy. Follow the lines.
20.
I'm talking to you. Follow the lines. You'll be okay.
How to do this?
You don't need to do the dots. The dots was for you to follow. When you're doing it, you just write it. Okay, that's E. Can you make the R? Small R. And stop getting your attitude. You're learning. Okay, I did what you wanted. That's good. All right, make one here. Try to do it on the dotted line. A straight line and then turn at the dotted line.
I know.
Okay. So you don't know.
It's a straight.
Look. Mark, please look. A straight line, right? And then from here, you turn here. Okay?
Give me that.
I'm telling you, I don't like your tone of voice. Make it smaller between these lines. The dot and the red line. Stop there, okay? From the middle, turn. Make it touch the dotted line. Go over it. Go over it. Because you did it so small. Up. Okay. Turn. Yes. And right, make it darker. You want some chicken?
I made it darker.
It's looking better.
Wait, I want to do something.
Okay, let me eat.
Wait, I want to see.
That's it. Looking good? It's looking good. All right, Mark, take your hand out your mouth. Write the word fat. What letters make?
B.
What make the f sound?
F.
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 Fat. At. A-T. Very good. So write it. F-A-T.
Sonic speed. Sonic speed. Oh no, missing the line.
That's a nice F. I like it.
Hey.
You're right here. Come on. Fa at. What letter are you missing? Hmm? Fa at. What make at sound? Nice, Michael. Nice.
Let me erase that one because
Good. That's it. A and T. Very good. So write it next to the F, and it has to be close to the F to make the word. If it's far away, it's gonna be a different word. Okay. Now that you get the E, you get the L. Guess what letter I'm gonna make you do?
I remember what letters.
Which letters do you think here that looks almost the same? You follow almost the same.
Same. I just need to. This.
No, that's F.
It's like
We're gonna try the H.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay? And then we're gonna try the K because we still have that same kind of motion. So we do the H
I'm gonna do
first.
the hardest to the greatest.
Michael, one at a time. Okay? So we start with the E, the L. Do the H for me. Let me see how you do it. It goes all the way up like this. Why do you have the H here, Mark?
That's an N.
Why you put the N? I just asked for the word fat. Fat. Okay, go ahead. Write it over. How you spell fat?
T.
What's letter make the F?
F.
F. So put F. And what's the next letter after F? At.
A.
So F-A. What's the last letter?
N.
No.
T.
T. So F-A-T. Fat. Let me see it.
F.
Let me see your H, Michael.
A.
Nice. Oh, it looks really nice. Okay. Make another one. Very nice. I like it. F-A-T. Alright. You should put a small F, okay? Alright. You know what? You did your math. Oh, guess what we forgot to practice?
Why?
Your name. Can you write your name here and then by the time he get to school, I mean, he needed more practice, but he already had the basic of how to hold the pencil to do, a line and cross and things like that. So at some point and during the school year, they were doing things that my son already knew. So, she was like, I'm going to give you a little things to do extra with him. The school will not allow me to do this, but just do this with him if you want to and stuff like that. So that was very nice with that lady. But come back with that little girl. She was doing a lot of stuff. And then one morning when I came in to drop him off, I saw the administration came with the parent, the little girl parent, disciplining the teacher because the kid is not eating and stuff like that. This kid is a damn street smart little girl. She knows things. She knows when to do certain things, how to do certain things in front of whoever. That time when I saw her doing something in front of a little boy, I told her, I let her know. I spoke to the girl myself. I said, don't do that. It's not good, right? Everybody was playing in the yard and stuff like that. It was like an afternoon when I went to pick up my son. But the teachers let them play, run around. But that little girl was doing stuff in front of that little boy. So I told the little girl, don't do that. It's not nice. So I pretend I'm not watching. I move away. She went right back and did whatever she was doing. And I warned her one more time. I said, don't do that or I'm going to tell on you. She did it again. Then I went and told the teacher. And they took her and put her in punishment. Sit. Just sit. You cannot play anymore because you're not doing what's right, pretty much. So that little girl, I was so shocked to see the administration came with the parent to discipline the teacher. No, and they're taking that little girl as a little angel. She's not an angel. So I just could not wait to take my son out. I'm like, oh my God, if she's in the class with him now, there's a possibility when he's in kindergarten, she's gonna be in the same class. So I was more than happy to take him out. So when the school that my son is in now, called me to tell me what my son did and what they plan on doing, if it's okay by me for them to do it. I thought that is the perfect way to deal with kids. You need to show them there's consequences for your action. There's no need to call the cops on little kids. From what I've been seeing online, there's absolutely no reason to do this thing. We all were kids once. I know what I used to do when I was a kid. Okay? So there's no reason to, you know, to be calling cops on kids and things like that. So that's something I wanted to mention. You know, my kids are not angel. Even in front of me, sometimes they do stuff they don't care. They know they're gonna be punished. They still do them. But, you know, when they're not in front of you, they're not, you know, they're at school and things like, they're gonna do things. They are kids. But, you know, they have to know how to respect authority, how to respect other people's property and things like that. So I really give the school a really, I really like the fact that they call me to tell me that and how they plan on punish him or to move forward with that. And yeah, I really appreciate that a lot. And over the weekend, not because not only the school had already punished my son, over the weekend he was in punishment. Punishment in the sense where it's little thing that they take, they love. Like for instance, he loves his tablet. If his brother's using the tablet, he will have control of the remote to watch whatever he wants on the TV. So he didn't have none of that. He had no choice. Whatever anybody was watching, that's what he will be watching. If my oldest wanted to use the tablet, my oldest had the tablet, he cannot touch the tablet at all. So he was miserable. On Friday night, I believe, after I was exhausted after I came back from the city, walking around, took a shower, I was laying in bed. He came to me and said, "I'm bored, mommy." It was probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock like that. I don't know what to do. So I said, go read a book. There's tons of books I took from the library. I told him, get out of here, go read a book. So it did work. Whatever I did, take things away from him, it worked. So yeah, kids need to be afraid of things. And I really, I thought it's something I should share. That the way the school had dealt with my kid misbehaving. So that's it. I have not edited the video when I went to the city. That probably will be a different video by itself, but I'll show you guys a small little clip here. What we did, it's nothing major. It's just walking in the freezing cold, and you could hardly move because there were a lot of people. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.